Philanthropy has always played a very important role in our family.
The idea of generosity and generosity of spirit has been part of everything we do, whether it's in family life, business, or philanthropy.
Often it's been based on true insight into a need that was not previously identified.
Diseases like Alzheimer's have an insidious effect on so many people. It's not just the individual who is impacted by this disease, but all those around them, most especially their families, in seeing how they decline into a different person.
My grandmother, Esty, was someone who is so iconic and vibrant, and for her to be diminished symbolizes that it can happen to anybody.
She had a way of saying things that were memorable, oftentimes humor. She had a great self-deprecating sense of humor and sort of laughing at herself. And having that ability to say things in a short, sweet, repeatable manner that comes home, that's who she was.
When she first started battling with this disease, her communication wasn't as strong. I remember she was frustrated because her handwriting had changed. Her handwriting was iconic to her. It was her signature. It was on every jar.
When I think about my grandmother and all the moments that we would share, I miss holding her hand. She had this incredible grip, and you knew she was there. Even if she couldn't be there completely, she was there through her power of touch.
My father and uncle correctly identified that there was really not enough being done to address Alzheimer's and related dementias to help bridge the valley between basic research and translating that into actual drugs that are delivered. And the ADDF has helped fill that gap wonderfully.
Esty was a force of nature. She really was. I mean, you could see in her personality, which was preserved, that she was a very powerful person.
You have to have the ability to find the best people who can make the most out of your investment in them and their efforts. So finding doctors like Dr. Phillott, who has the ability, along with his colleagues, to feel where are these projects going to make a difference. That's an important element for any successful effort.
It's always been a dream for me to be part of an organization, a group of scientists that could really write a new chapter in medical history. It's rare. You know, every decade or so, there's such a productive advance in the science for such an important disease.
Development of this PET brain scan called Amavid opened up a new world where if somebody came into the office with memory complaints, they could go for the PET scan, let's say the next day, and within 24 hours or so, we would have like a 90% certainty whether or not they had Alzheimer's disease. And the first disease-modifying drug ever approved by the FDA for Alzheimer's disease happened last year based on our test. This is harvest time. It's time to harvest all of this knowledge. Tens of thousands of research reports. We've got 120 drugs in clinical trials right now for Alzheimer's disease. That's amazing.
It takes vision, it takes courage, it takes commitment for the long haul. Now we have a broad portfolio of therapeutics that will provide the foundation of a precision medicine approach for Alzheimer's disease.
We are so fortunate to have multiple generations of the Lauder family involved with the foundation. Part of it, which is very loving, is that all three generations that are involved with us now are doing it in the memory of Esty.
This idea of always the best, always the highest quality was something that started with my grandmother. It was always about quality.
The family concept for the business was always about excellence, and that rule also applies to medicine and research.
The same innovative minds that helped build this company were able to use those minds to identify what was missing from the Alzheimer's drug development process and create ADDF to help fill that void.
To hear the stories about people's lives who've been impacted positively by the efforts we make, that's the rewarding gratitude that keeps us going and doing it again and again.
There's something very, very rewarding and fulfilling when hope becomes a reality. I'm proud of my father and my uncle for all they've created and their vision.
When you ask, what does it mean to be the next generation? We all aspire to bring the best that we can to everyone and continue that amazing legacy.